Nigeria for scarcity. Use gas-powered vehicles for commercial purposes. Aragbeshala tells Nigerians. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. To get notified when we post hot juicy news updates, please click on notification bell. Minister of Interior Ogbeni Rauf Aragbeshala on Monday advised Nigerians to invest in gas-powered vehicles for commercial purposes to tackle fuel scarcity in the country. He said if Nigeria could emulate Egypt in running their commercial vehicles on gas, high demand for petrol and diesel would reduce. Aragbeshala disclosed this in his address at the public presentation of a book entitled Dimension of Energy Poverty and Rural Electrification in Nigeria, held at the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan. The book was launched to commemorate the 60th birthday of the author, Dr. Yunus Akintunde, the first person to bag a doctorate degree in energy and environment in the country. Aragbeshala, who was the chairman of the occasion, said, "But we can learn a little from Egypt, where its commercial vehicles, particularly the taxis, are powered by gas. These are the old Peugeot and Renault cars that are no longer in use in Nigeria and other parts of the world, but which have been converted to use gas and are still being used because they are well maintained. It is high time we borrowed from this. In all, our commercial vehicles run on gas. If all our commercial vehicles run on gas, a large chunk of the demand for petrol and diesel will drop. The mechanics will take less than a week to learn how to do the conversion, and in 6 months, all commercial vehicles would have gone through the transition. This will reduce the cost of transportation, especially for the masses that patronize public transport systems." And you think the price of gas will not skyrocket? Uncle, there is nothing in Nigeria that is going to be easy to how am I going to transit to? Yes. Currently, the price of gas now, when I mean gas, I mean the cooking gas. The price of cooking gas as it stands now is over the roof. The price of cooking gas right now as it stands now is over the roof. So, coming out to suggest gas, Nigerians will be like, okay, but our cooking gas is very expensive. Very, very expensive. Like, I cannot even remember how much and the thing is, if you buy cooking gas this month, it is expected of you that if you're going to buy the cooking gas next month, the sky would have skyrocketed. Just go with extra money, because there's every possibility the price you bought it for is not going to be the current price. The thing is, I think a solution to all the problems in Nigeria is price regulation. Number one, before you even bring in price regulation, you should have made sure that you have done your part as the government to ease the burden on those who are bringing in things. That means your export duties, your import duties, all those duties, all those fees being paid, they're not going to be harsh. They're not going to be too high. Because if you're coming in to tell somebody, you should reduce your price, you should be able to also tell them that, see, we are going to reduce, or we have reduced the price of cost of bringing in things from outside the country, of importing things. Goods that are imported, you now drop the price. Exactly what I'm saying. Then when it drops there, then you can now say, oh, we are going to use price control. Because if you are going to be using price control and still things are still going to be high, your import duty and what have you is still going to be high. People have to pay a fortune to bring in goods. At the end of the day, it does not make sense. They'll bring in the goods with high price, and then when it still gets to Nigeria, they still pay another high price money. So at the end of the day, I think the government themselves, a lot is on them. That is just the truth. And that is why it hurts so much that we have not even gotten just one person to even get it right. What we need is price control. But before that price control, we need regulation of almost all duties on importation. Then if you're going to be talking about locally made products too, you are going to ensure that the power sector is stable. Yes, for countries that, for organizations and companies that use electricity 24/7. And of course, apart from the light is stable, the light tariff is also under regulation. then that is when you come out and say if you are coming out now, you are flaunting, you are flaunting yourself, you're hyping yourself. I did this, I did that, it has not been possible. At least we are going to say, okay, you have done something. It is still a function of a government too, but we are still going to be hailing you that, no, you did something that, in Nigeria, it has been a pain in the neck. My honorable opinion. But to just come out and suggest gas itself is expensive. And we all know that Nigeria, the law of economics which say the higher the demand, the higher the price. It's what we have in Nigeria. And most times, these prices does not drop. It does not drop. It does not, the law of gravity does not occur in Nigeria's in hike of prices in Nigeria. You get a thing for 200 naira, you're going to the market, you are buying it for 500. The next time you are going, you're buying it for, let's say for instance, even if it reduces, you never go back to that particular price. Formerly, let me say your transport fare was, let me say, 15 naira to a particular place. There was increase in fuel price. I tell you, it is only a few people that will return back to carrying for that particular 15 naira. Some people will stay at that 100 naira they're carrying. That is Nigeria for you. Nothing is being regulated, so people do as they please. At the end of the day, the citizens suffer exploitation, both from the government, both from every other body. So even if the government comes out and say, they are suggesting this, they'll tell them, practice what you preach first. In my honorable opinion, price regulation in all things should be looked into. You want to do this particular thing, you want to ease the burden on the masses. You do what you do, price regulation. Price regulation on both those who bring in the goods, for instance, or produce the goods in mass, and those who actually use the goods. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win for everyone. Not you are going to say, like I said earlier, price regulation for those who are, let's say for instance, who are producing and those who are importing the goods. And at the end of the day, you don't bring down the prices of taxes on those goods. You don't bring down the price. No. At the end of the day, it won't work. People will revolt back and they'll be like, you cannot be telling us what to sell after you collect so much on the prices of goods and services. Or you cannot be telling us to sell little when we pay light tariff and it is very high, when we pay rent and it is very high. So all these things is going to be, how do I say it? It's going to be looked into rather than come out and say gas, because if everybody runs to gas will also skyrocket. If everybody runs to petrol, the price also skyrockets. So it's just like a law in Nigeria. That law of economics, we said the higher the demand, the higher the price. It's working perfectly, as in overworking gone in Nigeria. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the video to say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.